I just spent the last few weeks building UGC ads entirely with AI, and I can tell you that I found the best method where you can go from a basic product showcase to a full cinematic virtual try-on. And the results genuinely held up against real creator content. So if you're still paying creators every time you need new ad content, you're not only wasting money, but you could be creating dozens of high-quality ads in the time it would normally take you to get one ready. That's why in this video, you're going to learn exactly how to build multiple UGC ad formats inside one tool without hiring a single creator, owning any products, and ever touching a camera. The tool we're using today is called Higgsfield, specifically Marketing Studio. It's built for ad creation and gives you access to a range of styles and avatars. If you want to follow along, I've left a link for Higgsfield down in the description below. UGC ads work because they don't look like ads. Instead of something that's obviously filmed like a commercial, they look like real recommendations from everyday users. The problem is that getting that kind of content consistently at the volume most brands actually need is expensive and slow. You're briefing creators, waiting on deliverables, going back and forth on revisions, and paying per video every single time. That's the gap Marketing Studio is filling, and I want to show you just how fast this can move. When you log into Higgsfield, you'll see all your tools organized across the top navigation. Click on Marketing Studio, and it opens up a completely new window with the full ad generation workflow laid out in front of you. Everything you need to build an ad is right there, and the first one we're making is the simplest possible version of what this tool can do. I'm starting with this because one of the biggest assumptions people make about AI ad tools is that you need to prepare a bunch of assets before you can make anything worth watching. This first ad is going to prove that wrong. We're making a UGC style ad for an aesthetic candle, and all we need is a product link. In the product upload section, click on it and paste in your link. I'm using this link right here for a candle from Amazon. What Marketing Studio does here is pull the product image directly from the listing automatically. This means that you can technically make an ad for any product that has an Amazon listing without ever owning the product or taking a single photo of it. For anyone doing affiliate marketing or testing creatives before a product launch, that alone is a huge deal. Next, click on the avatar section. This opens up the avatar library, and you'll see a whole range of options. For this one, I'm going with Elena. She's one of the default Higgsfield presets, and she has this really natural, warm look that fits perfectly with a lifestyle product like a candle. And that's actually something worth thinking about when you're picking avatars, because the person presenting the product is part of the ad. You have to think about your target audience and pick someone who can be relatable to that and is worth representing your product. Now for the style, this is where you choose the format of your ad. You'll see several different options, and for this one, we're selecting UGC. What this style actually does is generate content that mimics the visual language of organic creator posts. That authenticity is the whole point, because the moment an ad looks too polished, it loses the thing that makes UGC work in the first place. Set your duration to 15 seconds, aspect ratio to 9:16, and resolution to 1080p. And here's the thing about this first ad. You don't need to write anything in the prompt field. Leave it completely empty and let Marketing Studio handle it. The reason this works is that the UGC style combined with the product image and the avatar already gives the model enough context to generate something coherent and on-brand. The prompt field becomes more important when you want to direct specific actions, emotions, or dialogue, which we'll get into later. For now, hit generate.
If you love coffee, you need this Poutart coffee candle. It's 100% soy, non-toxic, smells like fresh brew, and it burns up to 50 hours. Instant calm.
What comes back is Elena holding the candle while explaining what she loves about it. And even though we didn't upload a single picture ourselves, the candle looks exactly the same as the one from Amazon. The consistency is pretty good. Something I also noticed is how natural her movements feel. Usually AI struggles with giving a character realistic movements, but Elena, when she leans forward to smell the candle, looks like a real human. This feels like an actual UGC ad, a real lifestyle creator would post. And it took maybe 2 minutes to make from start to finish. If you were to run this as a paid ad tomorrow, it would blend right into the feed it's placed in, and that's the entire goal. But that style only scratches the surface of what we can actually do with Marketing Studio. And the next format is completely different. Not every high-performing ad needs a person in it. Some of the best converting product content is purely product-focused, fast, kinetic, and visually striking, and that's exactly what we're making next. This time, the product is the Bose Ultra Open Earbuds, and again, we're using an Amazon link. In the product upload section, paste in your link, and Marketing Studio pulls the the product image the same way it did before. Now here's where this ad is different. For the avatar, don't select anything at all. The style we're using is called hypermotion, and it's a product-only format with just the product itself being shown in a dynamic, high-energy way. And the reason this works so well for something like earbuds specifically is that the product itself is the visual. Earbuds are sleek, they have clean lines, and the way they move and catch light is actually interesting to watch. You don't need a person to make that compelling. Hypermotion is also the right call for products where the target audience already knows what the product is. If someone sees Bose earbuds in a kinetic, high-quality video, they don't need a creator to explain what they're looking at. The format does the work of making the product feel premium and desirable without any narration or demonstration. Select hypermotion as your style. Keep your settings the same, and again, no prompt needed. With Marketing Studio, you can create high-quality ads with nothing but a single product link. Let's generate. What comes back is a completely different energy from the candle ad. The earbuds are shown in this clean, motion-driven way that makes the product look premium without needing anyone to hold it or talk about it. What I love specifically is how the environment changes, and we see the earbuds interact with different elements like light and water drops. And I didn't ask it to do all that. Marketing Studio just saw the product and decided to demonstrate it with cinematic visuals that would match it intentionally. The fact that we can get ads like these two with that level of quality in under a minute is insane. If you're interested in producing content at scale with an existing product, Higgsfield's Marketing Studio is the best tool for that right now, since you can generate in seconds without any technical knowledge. But we've only scratched the surface. Now I'll create my custom assets so that our next ads can be a lot more personalized and controlled. For this, we need two things: a custom avatar and a custom product. Once we have both, we're going to run them through 3 completely different ad styles back to back. And that's actually one of the most powerful things about this workflow. Once you've built your assets, you're not starting from scratch every time you want a new ad. You're just changing the format and the prompt, which means you can produce a whole library of content from a single creative session. Let's start with the avatar. Stay inside Marketing Studio, click on the avatar section, and then click Create Avatar. You'll get 2 options here. You can create an avatar from a photo or from a text prompt. I'm going with the text prompt option. This is huge because when you build a custom avatar from a prompt, you have complete control over who this person is. Their age, look, energy, what they're wearing, everything feeds into how the audience perceives the product being shown. For a sneaker brand targeting a young male streetwear audience, the avatar needs to look like someone that audience actually relates to or aspires to be. A default avatar might get you close, but a custom one built specifically for the product and the audience is going to perform better because the casting is intentional. Click on the text prompt option and write your prompt. I'll paste in this, which goes into a lot of detail about things like the lighting direction, his looks and style, and all of that actually comes through in the results. The specificity is what makes the difference. If you type a vague prompt, you get a generic result. So be very specific on how you want your avatar to look like. Hit generate, and what comes back is a fully custom AI avatar built entirely from that description. Everything I asked for, the freckles, the chain, the lighting, is all there. I'll save it and name him Hugo. He's going to be in every ad from here on out, and because he's saved, I can bring him back into any future campaign without rebuilding him. Now for the product. For this one, I'm stepping out of Marketing Studio for a moment. Head back to the Higgsfield homepage and click on Generate Image in the navigation. This takes you into the image generation workflow. Once you're in there, click the model selector and choose Nano Banana Pro. The reason I'm using this model specifically is that it's one of the strongest available right now for photorealistic output, and product photography in particular needs that level of realism. If the product image looks generated, the whole ad falls apart. Paste in your product prompt. I'm generating a fictional sneaker called the Volt X. The prompt also specifies the exact camera angle, the studio backdrop, the lighting setup, and even the contact shadow underneath the shoe. Every one of those details is in there for a reason. When you're prompting a product image, you're essentially art directing a product shoot, so treat it that way. Hit generate, and what comes back looks like something you'd see on a real brand's website. The knit texture on the upper, the glow in the sole, and the contact shadow underneath make this not only look real, but desirable. Save this as your Volt X product asset, and now everything is ready. Now that both our assets are done, I want to show you the difference when you take control of every single feature Marketing Studio gives you to create an ad that's truly yours. Let's start start with an unboxing ad. Unboxing content works because it captures a real emotional moment. The first time someone opens a box and sees what's inside, that reaction is something people trust. And this next ad style is built specifically to recreate it. Head back into Marketing Studio. This time, instead of pasting a product link, we're using the assets we just created. In the avatar section, select Hugo from your saved avatars. In the product section, select the Volt X sneaker, and for the style, choose unboxing. Set your duration to 13 seconds, 9:16, and 1080p. For this ad, we do have a prompt, both a short video prompt and a dialogue line for Hugo to deliver. The video prompt directs Hugo's physical energy and expression, and the dialogue gives him something to say that reinforces the product's key selling point. Together, they create a complete performance, not just a visual. I'll paste in this and generate.
Look at this sole, the detail, the light line running through it. I've been waiting for these for months and they actually look better than the photos. Insane.
Hugo's reaction reads as completely genuine. The excitement is there. The way he looks at the shoe feels real. And that line about the sole is exactly what a sneakerhead would actually say. Both Hugo and the sneakers look exactly like we made them, and the quality is honestly top tier. This is the kind of content that builds trust because it doesn't feel produced. It feels like someone genuinely saw something they love and they're super excited about it. That's what makes unboxing ads convert so well. When you watch someone open something and their reaction is genuine excitement, your brain processes that as evidence that the product is worth being excited about. People aren't just watching to see what's in the box. They're watching to feel the anticipation and the payoff of the reveal. When you translate that into a 13-second ad, you're compressing that entire emotional arc into something that fits perfectly in a feed. Now let's keep the same assets and create a totally different style. Wildcard is the format you use when you want to build a whole visual world around your product instead of just showing it. And what comes out of this one genuinely looks like a scene from a short film. We're staying with Hugo and the Volt X. Just change the style to Wildcard and the duration to 15 seconds. Before I paste in the prompt, I want to explain what Wildcard is actually doing differently from every other style we've used so far, because it's a fundamentally different approach to advertising. Every other format we've made is rooted in realism, like Elena holding a candle, or Hugo reacting to a product he just opened. All of that is designed to feel like something that could actually happen. Wildcard throws that constraint out entirely. It's built for concept-driven content, where the goal isn't to show the product in a realistic context, but to create an emotional or aesthetic experience that makes the product feel iconic. This matters because not every product or brand is selling a practical benefit. Some are selling an identity, a feeling, or a world the customer wants to belong to. Sneakers in particular are almost never really about the shoe itself. They're about what wearing that shoe says about you. Wildcard is the format that lets you communicate that without saying a single word about features or specs. I'll paste in this prompt. Hit generate and watch what comes back. This is insane. It looks like something from a sci-fi campaign, not an AI-generated ad. The visual effects are eye-catching, and the audio is synced perfectly. And the thing is, it's still selling the sneaker, but it's doing it by creating a feeling and building an identity around the product. All the crazy visual effects are communicating something about who wears the Volt X and what kind of person they are. That's the difference between content that gets scrolled past and content that actually makes someone stop and feel something. Wildcard is also the format I'd use for testing creative concepts before committing to a full production. If you want to know whether a cinematic world-building direction resonates with your audience before you spend money on a real shoot, generate a wildcard ad first and run it. The feedback you get from that will tell you everything you need to know. The last ad we're making is the most polished one yet, and it's the format I'd reach for if I was running a real campaign for a fashion brand. Virtual try-on content is one of the highest converting formats in fashion and footwear right now, because it answers the one question every buyer has before they purchase, which is, what does this actually look like on a real person? Again, we keep the same assets and only switch the style to Pro Virtual Try-On. Now, a basic try-on shows the product on the avatar, but Pro Virtual Try-On gives you multiple camera angles, multiple locations, and a level of production quality in the output that makes the whole thing feel like it was shot as part of a real campaign. Keep your settings at 15 seconds, 9:16, and 1080p. The prompt for this one is simple, and the reason for that is Pro Virtual Try-On already has a lot of built-in intelligence about how to frame and present a wearable product. Let's generate. What comes back is Hugo wearing the Volt X across multiple different angles and environments, all flowing together in one seamless video. And even though we're changing locations and shots, the avatar and product stay consistent throughout. This is the kind of content that would cost a brand thousands to produce with a real crew. That multi-angle approach is actually really important from a conversion standpoint. When someone is considering buying a shoe, they want to see it from the front, the side, the back. They want to see how it looks when someone is walking in it, standing still, in different lighting conditions. A single static shot doesn't answer all of those questions. A multi-angle try-on sequence does, and that's why this format tends to perform so well for purchase intent audiences. Every ad we made today, from the 2-minute candle UGC to this full try-on sequence, has that quality of feeling intentional. Nothing feels generated, and everything is thought through and built with a specific audience and outcome in mind. That's what Marketing Studio makes possible when you use it properly. With these 5 ads, you now have every UGC format covered. And with Higgsfield's Marketing Studio, everything you need to create high-quality ads is in one place. If you want to start creating your own AI UGC ads today, click the link below and check out Higgsfield. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.